Hey guys, it's Nimbus. I am back today with another video. As always, free Palestine until it is backwards. Free everybody until it is backwards. We will never be free until we are all free, okay? Period. I'm never gonna stop talking about this. We cannot stop talking about this. If you got a problem, go watch somebody else's video because I'm not gonna stop talking about it. At this point, I don't even know if it's gonna come up in the reading, but who knows? Point being is that we need to make something change in this country, in the United States, in the whole world, in the West. We gotta make something change. If you guys want daily updates, there are people who are doing daily updates on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, probably other places as well. Yeah, by now you guys should know who the people are, but if you don't, you're just late to the party. Hop on, get going, just catch up. You gotta just catch up at this point. Nobody's mad at you for being late, but you can't sit there and be like, oh, I'm late, can't do it. Damn, what a shame. Like, that's not an option at this point. If you are presented with new information, you either change or you go back to the same thing. And if you go back to the same thing, people are leaving without you. It is not the time anymore, period. I said in my last video, it's time to ruin family dinners at this point. It is time to tell your racist uncle, your racist grandma, your piece of shit, whoever in your family that nobody wants to talk about because it's gonna hurt their feelings. It's time to ruin their night. It's time to let them know that they're not gonna have a family if this is the shit that they keep doing. I'm so serious. It's time to let them know that you will never be around anymore if this is the shit that you got to deal with. I, for one, am very tired of talking to people who are in my family who don't care to understand where I'm coming from. And at Thanksgiving, I was really, really happy with one of the conversations that I had. Obviously, I have tattoos. And this older guy came up to me. I've seen him a couple times at family dinners. I don't actually remember his name, unfortunately. But that doesn't matter anyway. But I've seen him a couple times. We never really talked, and he came up to me and he was like, he wanted to understand like what my tattoos meant and like why I got what I got, and which is better than most people do. I gotta say, he walked up and he was like, I was a little shy to talk to you because I didn't know how you would respond to this. I also don't want to come off as I'm being a dick, but like I also want to understand why people get tattoos like this. We had a very good conversation. I explained to him it's one of my favorite movies, you know, one of my favorite anime, my favorite video game, you know, equality, this is my favorite poem by Maya Angelou, Still I Rise, like, of course. But we had a really good conversation. He told me how he views tattoos, and then I told him that the times have changed, period. That's it. Times have changed. It's viewed more as an art form now. It's not a very specific thing that people do anymore. There's so many different styles of tattoos. There's so many different ways that you can get tattooed. There's like, it all depends on who you are as a person. And if you don't want to get tattoos, that's your choice. Nobody's pressuring anybody to just go get a tattoo today. Like, I'm not grabbing my friend and I'm going like, you're gonna be one of us today. Like, but you know what I mean though? When you're presented with new information, you're more willing to understand where the person is coming from, and you're more, well, but you have to be willing to understand that in the first place though. That's the other thing. You can't just go into this expecting not to like what they're gonna say and expecting that you're gonna change your mind. Or seeing somebody who's not gonna change their mind and expecting them to change their mind because you're giving them new information. You know what I mean? It's both-sided. It's two-sided. You know, it's about them wanting to learn and wanting to understand, meanwhile, them wanting to also be receptive to what you're saying and you saying it in a good way that's not just going to be like, you're wrong, you're stupid, which, however, apparently that's mean. So we're not allowed to do that. Anyway, back to all this stuff about Palestine and Tigray and Sudan and the Congo and Syria and Afghanistan and Kurdistan and the Uyghurs in China and everybody. There was something going on in Sweden. I forgot to look into it after my last video. There's something going on in Sweden with the native population. They're trying to push them farther north or something. It's ridiculous. It's going on all over. It's all over now. You know what I mean? Puerto Rico and Hawaii are still occupied territories. Please, I need y'all to get that. Anyway, point being is that if you guys want to tip me, send me any tips or anything, I would like you guys to go ahead and donate them to whatever organization you guys choose to. I will be donating it anyway. For Palestine, I'm thinking the Palestine Children's Relief Fund, the PCRF. I am still trying to find good, like, people haven't been really posting many charities for Sudan and the Congo and other places. So I'm trying to, like, sift through all of, like, the weird third-party charity. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to sift through all of, like, the ones that look a little sketchy. You know what I mean? But I know a couple people on Instagram. Oh, what's her name? She's been doing a lot of really good reporting for Sudan. Oh my gosh! If I find it, I will. If I find her page, I will tag it below as well. But she's had very good information for Sudan. It's like Bson Blast. It's not Bisan from Palestine. I think it's like BSON Blast on Instagram. But I will try to find it, and I will put it down below if I can find it. But she has very good information about what is going on in Sudan. I think she had a charity, which I'm going to look at again if she did. But yeah, there's a couple other things going on, you know, of course, you know, there's a couple other issues that we should all be focusing on, like Cop City in Atlanta. Of course, there's a whole slew of issues going on in the United States other than Cop City. But Cop City is such a big issue right now, along with the House bills that they keep passing. So it's more important than ever to stay active and stay loud and keep talking about the stuff that you need to talk about and that you want heard. We need to be the voice for the people who are silenced right now. We have got to be the voice for the silenced right now. If we aren't, who is going to be? And by the way, again, white people, seriously, it is time to speak the fuck up. Stop sitting there saying, oh, this doesn't affect me, nothing will happen to me. Whole time, Cop City is being built in Atlanta to literally bring in, it was what, 43 or something % of police forces from outside of the United States are going to come here and train with various different people, including the IOF from Israel, including the IOF. Like, let that sink in. Meanwhile, the United States sends police officers to Israel to train. Does this not scare y'all? Like, I'm not trying to, like, fearmonger. I'm really trying to understand, like, does this really not scare y'all? We grew up reading and seeing movies of the most dystopian shit. And none of this looks familiar to y'all? I watched a video. Suzanne Collins literally said in an interview that the stuff that the United States did in the early 2000s in the invasion of Iraq and Afghanistan and the Middle East was all, like, the tactics that they used and the shit that they did was all, like, inspiration to the Hunger Games. That doesn't scare y'all? I understand that fiction says that it's not true, but when has art never reflected what is going on in the real world, fiction or not? Art imitates life. Like, do we not know this? Anyway, point being, I went off on a little tangent and I did not mean to. I got a little frustrated. I apologize. But at the same time, right now, who wouldn't be frustrated? My heart is literally breaking every single day for these children that I'm watching their last breath on my phone screen. And I'm supposed to go to work and be happy and have a smile on my face and be ready to talk to people? Like, I'm ready to burn the shit down. Somebody's gonna listen. I'm not going to. But like, you feel me? Like, something's gotta happen, and it's gotta be soon, because I know for me, and I'm gonna be selfish a little bit, I don't wanna keep seeing this, but at the same time, I don't wanna be funding this. My tax dollars are going to these bombs. My tax dollars are supporting genocide. My tax dollars are supporting slavery in the Congo right now. Like, y'all should be mad about this too. Y'all should really be mad about this. And there's so many people sitting here saying, oh, well, this doesn't affect me. I'm all the way over here in America. We're doing it. We're the ones starting it. We're the ones making this shit happen. Please, 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 please do your own research. Please see what is going on. Because at this point, you are really sitting there just not paying attention. I'm not looking, la, 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 because there's nothing. You're not listening at this point. Again, it's all about education. I know I've been bouncing around from topic to topic, but it's all about education. You got to sit there and you got to want to be educated. One, you got to want to change your mind. But two, you got to actually have good information. And the information is there for us to get. Of course, we got to sift through some bullshit. But there's a lot of people on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, who know exactly what they're talking about. And I'm not saying it's good to give all these places who don't give a shit about us all this money and revenue, excuse me, perfect confirmation, but at least we have correct information and current information for what is going on. Anyway, we have to keep talking about this. We have got to keep talking about this. We got to make sure that we are donating. We got to make sure that we are doing the best that we can. If we can donate, we got to make sure that we are doing the best that we can with everything. That includes those TikTok filters, as insignificant as it seems. If we find credible people who are doing these TikTok filters and who are making these and actually will donate the proceeds to where they say that they will donate them, then why not do them? Takes 10 to 15 seconds to use those filters and you can post them privately. Anyway, please, 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 please donate if you can. If you guys are planning on tipping me after this reading, please consider donating. I will be donating any tips that I get from my YouTube videos, any tips that I get from other videos, and then I will also be donating a portion of what I get from my one-on-ones from my website. So if you guys want to book, my website is NimbusThePoet.com. You can book. I will be donating a portion of the proceeds, a portion of the money that I make from that, I guess that's proceeds, to the PCRF for sure in Palestine, and of course other places as I find good, credible places to donate. So yeah, so without further ado, I would like to breathe with you guys. If you guys do not want to breathe with me, that is okay. I will put right here, where to breathe to, or where to skip to skip the breathing. And yeah, so if you guys would like to breathe with me, I'm gonna do about in through my nose at about 4 counts, and then out through my mouth at about 4 counts. And just, deep breaths, and, my feet down flat on the floor, my hands flat, either on the table in front of me or in my lap. Excuse me. And yeah. Oh, if I'm breathing too slowly for you, please don't hurt yourself. You can breathe however fast or however slow you need to. I'm just telling you that so that, you know, I enjoy guided breathing. It gets me where I need to be. So yeah, hopefully it gets you to where you need to be. Anyway, as always, this is a collective reading, of course, so take what resonates and leave what does not. But yes, let's get reading really quick. And yeah, so whenever you're ready, close your eyes and we'll get started. Breathe in and out. In, 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 last one. Out. Go ahead and just breathe here for a minute. Releasing any tension you may have in your neck, in your shoulders, in your jaw, maybe. Releasing any tension. All right, taking a deep breath in and out. Okay. If you guys need more time, go ahead and pause it now. Otherwise, we are going to get started. Yeah. So as always, this is a oh my God, collective reading. Nailed it. This is a collective reading. So take what resonates, leave what does not, and you know, the usual stuff. But yeah. So we are going to use the Tarot of Trees today and the Inner Child Oracle as well, along with our Pride message at the end as well. So yeah, Spirit, what does our inner child need for the month of December? One card at a time, please, Spirit. What does our inner child need? Okay, we got the Ten of Cups reversed. We got the Hermit. December can be a very, very hard time. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles reversed. Sometimes, you know, alone time, you know, hermit mode is a good time when for figuring out what it is you need to release and what it is that you need to start focusing on more. Because once you take that time to ask yourself what you need, and you know, maybe specifically what your inner child needs, you know, more personally, it might reveal a little bit more, because, you know, obviously I'm only being shown so much. This is a collective reading. I'm only being shown so much, but yeah, Queen of Swords. It's this energy of like, you just got to cut through the Eight of Pentacles reversed. The small wins. Okay. Temperance reversed. Oh, with this Eight of Pentacles, I meant to say, it's almost like we're carving our path, you know, as always. But once you're cutting through the bullshit, like, you're actually able to, like, almost see a little bit more of the path and, like, kind of see where you're able to step next and, you know, build that path to your abundance, to your success. Because now you've asked yourself the difficult questions, you've been through the hermit mode, and now you're able to, like, actually... like, it's almost like you're about to, like, come out of the other side of the woods. Oh, tarot trees, ha ha ha. Oh, okay. Tarot trees, ha ha ha, out of the woods, but, like, seriously. And then as I was saying that, the Knight of Swords came out. There's a lot of action happening, and it's a lot of, like, direct... Oh, something did fall out. The Page of Swords reversed came out. It's a very direct energy that's very to the point. Oh my god. That wasn't even mine. Like, somebody said, like, somebody was like, it's to the point. Like, say it to the point. Like, oh my god. Anyway. I'm tired. I think, so the Moon reverse with this, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Moon reversed. There's definitely a very introspected, reserved kind of energy about this, because yes, it's very done, gotta get this going, but it's very much like your own space, you know what I mean? It's inside your own bubble. Like, it's, you know, it will affect outside, but it's not going to yet, you know what I mean? You're still going through needing to, like I said, you're about to come out of the other side of the woods. There's still some more things that you need to do in order to, like, really get that honed. Excuse me. Really get that honed and, like, really know exactly where to focus. Because with this Ten of Cups coming out in reverse as the first card, it's a very... not unsettling. That's the wrong word. It's like, one card at a time, please, Spirit. It seems very chaotic. Not chaotic. I don't know the word. If I think of the word, I'll say it. But it's very... what's the word that I'm looking for, Spirit? with the Ten of Cups coming out reversed, it's a very conservative energy. It's a very, like, I keep doing too much and I need to keep it for myself. And that's where the hermit mode comes in. It's like, yes, you're gonna be by yourself for a while, but it's more so like to teach you how to be by yourself, how it's okay to be by yourself, how it's okay to sit there with yourself and do the work that you need to do and really make this life work for you. Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords, and Page of Swords reversed came out. But again, that only adds to the point. Regeneration in reverse. I think that's amazing because once you're able to actually do this rest and regeneration period can kind of actually take place and really get you further to where you need to be. You know, getting yourself to the other side of these woods by yourself is a feat that most people do not finish, because most people get worn out going through the woods, and they can't even get to the other side. And by the time, if they do get to the other side, they don't want to do this anymore. You know, they don't want to deal with the constant healing. They don't want to deal with the constant, it's constant. It's constant. This is the third video in a row that this card came out. I mean, 3 different decks, but this card came out 3 times in my last 3 videos. We got to keep going. Because once we learn that we can't exactly, the Empress reversed, we are able to take our power back and actually reclaim it and really be who we want to be. You know, we will be able to flip this card back over and stand in our Empress energy, gender neutral, male, female, doesn't matter. They does not matter. Empress is just feminine energy. You know, same thing, king, queen. It's not gendered. I mean, of course it's gendered. I really just mean it as the energy is just energy. It's not tied to male or female or whatever gender. It is quite literally just the energy. Yeah. So we can always stand in the Empress energy, you know, whenever, but we have to remember that it will take work to get us there no matter where we are. You know, say we're a step away or 500 steps away, it's still going to take some work to get there. That one step, although it's not much, is still work. You know, we still have to take that step. It's not going to walk further towards us, you know. If we have to walk through a gate, the gate isn't going to move because we're a step away. You know, we got to take that last step to actually make it to cross the gate. Okay. The Magician reversed. Exactly. Exactly. Six of Wands reversed. It's definitely, yeah, Ten of Pentacles. It's going to take some work, and it's going to take some energy that you have to figure out where it's going to come from. But it will work out for you. Let's see what the Inner Child Oracle has to say today. I'm thinking I'm going to do like 2 or 3 cards, and then I'm going to look at the book and see what messages come out of the book. The other thing I was about to say is that it's almost like it's almost like your inner child started walking this path because I'm sorry. Wow. It's almost like your inner child started walking this path earlier in life because they knew what you were meant for in the first place. Kids are always going to be more connected to spirit, source, all of that, because they haven't had the chance to be programmed into anything else yet. So, you know, and who's to say all of what I say is correct, all of what, you know, whatever anybody else says, who's to say that what they say is correct no more than, you know, evangelical priests, pastors, whatever you want to call them. But my whole thing is that you can't deny that children are connected to something that adults are usually not. You know what I mean? Like, point being is that your inner child, as a child, understood how and where kind of to aim your life by doing certain things that maybe you didn't enjoy them, but maybe they got you the correct skills and knowledge to do the things that you want to do. You know what I mean? We can never count out our inner child for being smart. You know what I mean? All right. All right, Spirit. What messages do we need? What does our inner child need for December? I think we'll do 2 or 3 cards. Spirit, what messages does our inner child need? Or what does our inner child need for the month of December? Let's grab this top card. What does this say? I give myself time and space to rest, relax, and replenish. $26, slow down. I choose to pursue my dreams. Pursue your dreams. Number 9. Spirit, last card. What does our inner child need for the month of December? Joy sprouts within me. Number 7, fertile foundation. Excuse me. I'm still going to read these. The slow down and pursue your dreams. But you're only going to be able to do that, and you're only going to be able to stand in your Empress energy and you know, really be able to alchemize and change your energy around and really get through this with a fertile foundation. You know what I mean? If you have a fertile foundation, anything is possible, because you're able to do pretty much anything that you want to do. You can grow whatever you want to grow. You know what I mean? I mean, unless you want to grow a cactus, which, I mean, you probably could still grow a cactus in really fertile ground. They still need fertile ground. They just don't need as much water as everything else. You know what I mean? I don't know. That was probably a weird analogy. Okay. So I don't know specifically how much I'm not allowed to read, like how much would be considered like copyright. So I'm just gonna read this first, this like little thing, and then they have an affirmation in here, so I'll read the affirmation as well. It says, Benny had an accident. He was hopping too quickly down Borough Road and fell into a pothole. Benny is a little banged up and embarrassed to be stuck in bed for such a silly mistake. Next time he'll slow down and look where he's going. And then the affirmation, I have all the time I need to rest and replenish. I am whole and healed with loving kindness and care. I love this deck. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's see, number 9. Pursue your dreams. When Benny has a wish in his heart, he writes it in a letter and ties it to a balloon and releases it to the mighty hair in the clouds. He knows that the dearest wish of his heart can come true as long as he believes in himself and has the courage to ask, believe, and receive. Affirmation. I am courageous enough to express my wishes and open enough to accept them. My past does not determine my future. My thoughts, words, and actions are aligned with the universe. I choose to pursue my dreams. It's amazing. And then number 7, Fertile Foundation. Pa Blue has I love this so much. Pa Blue has harvested many tasty carrots from this year's crop. Though some are small, wonky, or misshapen, they will be just as delicious as the rest. Benny knows there's more going on in the garden than can be seen. Affirmation. I am patient as I till the fields of success and splendor. I plant my seeds and joy sprouts within me. I'm gonna leave those where they are. I think if I talk, I might ruin them. So let's get our pride message in. I love this reading so much. It can be very, 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 very healing for a lot of people to be in a space that was always difficult and enjoy it. Ooh. I think there's something to be said about people who can go through a lot of stuff and, excuse me, birth for confirmation. There's a lot of people who can go through a lot of stuff and just come out the other side completely unscathed because they were basically expecting it the whole time. And it almost seems like that's what your inner child was doing before. Spirit, what's our pride message for today? We'll do 3 as usual. Okay. Kinda gay. It says confidence. An asset can take years to build, but mere moments to ruin. Avoid allowing yours to fall victim to this by negating negative energy from potentially close sources. So that's also kind of what I was talking about with going into hermit mode, how you have to figure out who and what around you isn't really for you and what you have to spend more time focusing on, because that way you're able, and with the moon reversed too as well, the moon will help you illuminate those things completely. They won't help you eliminate them, but they'll help from your life. It will help you illuminate them and show you exactly what it is that either you need help with, what you need to get rid of, who you need to get rid of. Again, not like that. Just letting go from your life. I'm watching you, Derek. Don't do anything weird. I'm watching you. Some random guy named Derek is shitting his pants right now. Oh my god. I'm sorry, Derek. Oh my goodness. Anyway, Spirit, what's our last two Pride messages? I'll get one specifically for Derek too. I really hope the camera caught that. Okay, Derek, this is yours because this is whoever identifies as Derek. Choice. Whoever chooses to identify as Derek. I'm kidding. Choice. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. It is your choice to define who you are, who you want to be, and what labels you want to use. Nobody can take that away from you. I'm sorry. I'm just laughing that Derek is like the best one out of us. Anyway. Okay. This one is honesty. If being true to yourself is proving a struggle, start by sharing with a friend instead. Admitting vulnerabilities in the right company can open doors to a brighter future full of possibilities, free from burden. Should I do one more? I'm gonna do one more. Derek, you really do get your own card today. Jesus. Derek, stop taking all of these cards. Gosh. Spirit, what's the last collective Pride message? We'll do this one. I'm special. This says self-acceptance. Loving yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. Don't minimize yourself to protect other people's insecurities. Mic drop. I think it's very important for us to remember that while we go through a lot, and while it might feel like a lot to go inward and really learn who we truly want to be and who we are on the inside, you know, under whatever masks we've decided to put on, under whatever we decided to shield ourselves with, you know, the clothes that we wear, the brands that we wear, you know, stuff like that. It's all interconnected in how we view ourselves. If we don't really like how we look, we're gonna wear a lot of, you know, baggy clothing for the most part. We're gonna wear a lot of baggy clothing. It's gonna be a lot of blacks and grays. It's gonna be a lot of like, don't look at me colors, you know, nothing to stand out, right? However, if you just know that you have a banging body that you love, that everybody else is gonna love, you're gonna wear bright colors, you're gonna wear skin tight stuff, you know, you're gonna be more willing to show that off. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like the energy of like, you have to retreat in order to get comfortable with yourself. You know, it took me a long time to be comfortable with wearing tank tops on a camera. I just decided to do it because it was something that I needed to just do, and it's a shirt. At least I'm wearing a shirt. But like, you know, I like my body personally, but like I have a lot of work to go with accepting myself and really, like, I love myself and I accept myself, but it takes a lot of work to embody that and like really not have those thoughts of, oh, well, you're too fat, or, oh, well, you didn't do that right anyway, or whatever it is. It's hard to get through that. But once you're in the hermit mode, in that mindset of, okay, what needs to change? What needs to actually get illuminated and taken out of my mindset? What needs to get taken out of my life? who needs to get taken out of my life, whatever this is. Because when we are able to slow down and really like heal and take that time in bed rest and really just sit there and heal, a lot more happens for us than we think. We're sitting there saying, oh, I want to be doing something, I want to be doing this, I want to be doing that, I want to go outside, I want to go to, you know, I need to be making some money, I need to go to work, whatever it is. It almost doesn't matter at that point, because if you don't take this time, all of that stuff's not going to matter anyway. You know, you're not going to be in the right state of mind to have that same job tomorrow. Or, you know, maybe not just tomorrow, like, you know, after a couple more weeks or whatever, you know, maybe like your last straw just happened and you're really trying to stick through the holidays, but like stuff keeps happening and it's like, okay, like I need to be done. You know what I mean? Like, Spirit really wants you to go inward and really find out what it is, because once you do, this 10 of Pentacles is coming right for you. I think I said it in my last video. It might have been the video before, but it's like you're about to open a door and your blessings are like right on the, like I'm talking right next, like right behind the door. Like, you feel me? Like you open the door, like you open the door to a bathroom and magically somebody's right there. Like that's what, like somebody being right behind the door. That's what I'm talking about. Like it's so close and I know you can smell it. You know what I mean? And it's frustrating to be able to be this close to it and to not have it. But it's that close to you and you don't have it because there's still some more to go. There's still some more to let go of. There's still some more to release in order to get the correct last couple steps of this path in, to get out the other side of this forest, to get out the other side of these woods. Because then that way you finish the path. You can look back and go, okay, from point A to point, you know, all the way to actual point B, all the way through these woods. You got through. It might not be a cohesive path and stuff might have been a little wonky in the first place, but at the same time, you got through. And that's the important part. You got through with the lessons that you learned. You got through with the things that you needed. You got through with the people that are left. That's important. Whoever didn't leave and whoever you didn't have to force out, those people are blessings. Those people are total blessings. Let's see what if there's anything I'm missing. All right, well, that is it. I got radio silence. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys for being here. And, you know, please do like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell me how I did, if this resonated with you or if it didn't. Just don't be rude. Please, thank you. Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And again, if you guys did want to donate to me or tip me at all, please go ahead and join me in donating to organizations that help the country of your choice. You know, I will be donating money regardless. But yeah, I really want you guys to be involved with it. That way you guys aren't, you know, I really don't want anybody to think that I'm taking people's money and not donating it where I'm supposed to donate it. I will make sure that I'm donating for sure. And if you guys do want to donate, or if you guys do want to tip me and leave a comment saying please donate to wherever, I will look into it and I will do the best that I can. Otherwise, if somebody sends me a weird, sketchy little, charity and I say, okay, I don't want to be responsible for money going to not the right place anyway. So yeah, if you send me money and say this place in Sudan is taking donations for the people of Sudan, I'm gonna look into it first and then I'm gonna send it if they look good. You know what I mean? So yes, and I encourage you all to do the exact same by researching who you are sending this money to, researching where it will go after you send the money, that kind of thing. If you can find, you know, if they're really transparent about about how their money moves around, then that's even better. So yeah, it is not time to stop talking about this. We got to keep going. We got to keep going. Free Palestine, free the Congo, free Sudan, free everybody. We will never be free until we are all free. Ceasefire now. Stop the slavery. Stop all of it. It's 2023. 444 as I say that. Ain't no reason to have all this going on anymore. I watched a video earlier and he was an ex-Zionist and he was saying he saw this was when he was living in Jerusalem. He met a Palestinian man who told him a story about his life, the Palestinian man's life, and he was like, I need to know more. And the Palestinian man invited him to his house. And as this Zionist man from Jerusalem with an American passport was going to a Palestinian neighborhood on a Palestinian bus, he realized, he was like, oh, I'm about to be treated as a Palestinian. This is gonna be interesting. So he saw, as he's getting to this neighborhood, he saw a big mural, I think, of a Palestinian kid with a slingshot. And he was aiming it at an IOF soldier, sorry. And he had that moment of, oh, who's David, who's Goliath? Because Israel will have you think that all of them, everybody who's killing all these innocent children in Palestine, innocent people in general in Palestine, are all David. And Goliath are these evil, terrible, less than animals who are just, who just have terrible living conditions because of this occupation that says that they're David. And that they're the ones who are the righteous owners to the land and the righteous people of the land, whole time committing a whole genocide. So this was his story of realizing, like, oh, like, the stuff that I've been told is just propaganda. That's why it didn't make sense. So I really encourage y'all, if you guys can find him, his first name was Shlomo something. I can't remember his last name. I found it on Twitter. But yeah, if you guys, I highly recommend you guys find videos of testimonials of people describing how it was for them to figure out that they were wrong. And I had this conversation with my dad. I might have talked about this, but it was about this whole thing, and he had mentioned to me, he was like, the things that you say go directly against the things that I learned my entire life. And in response to that, I was like, okay, but, and I don't think I said this out loud. I wish I did. I told him after the fact, but I wish I said it out loud in the moment because I didn't want anything to break out over this. I didn't want us to fight about it. But I was like, the things that we learn sometimes are just not correct. And it's on us to learn how to deal with that and correct them. If we learn something from our parents that an attitude towards people that we don't like, whether it's racism or just, you know, ageism, that's a thing. If there, you know, other things, you know, I was telling my dad that, you know, sometimes when my grandfather calls me, I get like all like, oh my goodness, just because I'm like, what is it? And I don't mind helping him. You know what I mean? I don't mind helping at all. My thing is usually I just sat down for food, or I just sat down to relax, or, you know, I just started something like that. And like, I don't like the fact that my go-to response is, oh. But like, that's something that I have to change. There's only so much that my parents can do to tell me that I need to change that. You know what I mean? They're not gonna re-raise me. That was a learned thing. You know what I mean? My dad knows exactly what I'm talking about when I say that out loud. So like, he knows what I mean. And same thing with my mom. But like, at the same time, it's like, that's on me to fix. That's not on them. If they want to fix it for themselves, that's awesome. But like, that's not on them for them to come around here and then tell me, oh, you're doing it wrong. You know what I mean? It's got to be a personal decision. Whether or not you got the information as a personal decision or not, that doesn't quite matter. The question is, with the information that you just acquired, what are you going to do with that information? Anyway, with all of that being said, please do your own research. Please, please, please do not stop talking about what's going on all over the world. We all see it. Again, if you don't see it, you're literally choosing to not look at it. And you're choosing to not see it. And you're choosing to not listen to the people who are crying for help. And you are choosing to not listen to the people who are speaking for the silenced. You are actively choosing these things. So anyway, again, with that being said, yeah, with that all being said, free Palestine, free everybody. We will never be free until we are all free. I will catch y'all in the next one. I love y'all. Have the day that y'all deserve. Peace.